Hey everybody, welcome to Let's Just Say It's a Discord. I'm Rimshee.
Wow, you're
That's
frozen.
Oh,
I have returned.
there we go. Better? Cool.
He's not as dead as we claimed he was.
Oh, you assholes.
What is going?
It's just what I expect from you at this point.
Yeah, if you thought you were gonna deal with anything else, who do you think we are?
Here I made a meme for you and everything.
That was awesome.
Like, no
There we
shit,
go.
man. Like, I went to my local grocery store, and as I'm standing in line to get my prescription, I happen to look over, and I see this Halloween-themed bowl filled with crayons, and I'm like, no way.
Perfect. For all the little Marines out there.
Yeah, I took a picture of it and made a meme.
He did. It was great.
Hey Y2K, hey Puff.
Hello, people.
Alright. So if you were here last week, you would have heard us talking about how people were planning to poop in the Seine River.
Yeah.
Oh, crap, I need to donate.
Crap did a donate.
That's behind them. Probably be.
Apparently Y2K hates it here though, so.
I mean, really, though, how much
I'm not
poop do you
drinking
think they
anything,
would have
Lucky.
to put into that river to equal the piece of shit that they have in office? That's probably too political.
Yeah, well, that was the whole thing. Like, Macron was going to swim in the river to
Yeah.
prove that it's
I was
clean.
about to
Seal
say he's gonna be in there himself, so they're just trying to clean the river.
Yeah. So, we do have an update. They decided not to swim in the river.
Oh, really? You don't say.
So the river pooping has been postponed.
Yeah, imagine they like organized it in a way that like, if he actually did do it, like they're all just like lined up, drop trowel along the riverbanks, trying to see if they can land one directly on him.
I would love to fix that, but Rimshee likes to walk away before we get any audience feedback about the levels.
What's
Apparently
going
I'm on
on?
the quiet side.
Your level changes week to week. I can't keep track of it.
I don't know what's going on with that. I do nothing different.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's just either I'm too loud or you guys are too quiet.
All right, is that better, Pav?
You know, there are times where I'm so glad that the only thing I do on this show is talk.
Yeah. Anyhow.
I get blamed for a whole lot less shit.
Yeah, it's because I get blamed for everything.
Hey, that's not fair.
Hey, Red.
I'm not opposed to kicking Rimshee often. In fact, most of the time when we have an issue, I always blame him.
Red, don't talk about the thing that happened yesterday. I want to surprise Rimshee and Sir with it later.
Okay, that make me disconcerted for the rest of the show. Appreciate
It's not gonna happen
that.
today. Not gonna happen today. Don't worry.
Oh,
He proposed to Dina.
nice way to
No.
fuck that up.
Oh, so that was supposed to be next weekend? Sorry, I ruined it, man.
I'm waiting for something in the mail. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I like how Crab's immediate reaction. Wow, congrats, Jables!
No, Dina and I might as well be at this point, other than the fact that we don't live.
I mean, we all know that Crab can't detect sarcasm, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't detect sarcasm, but it's still funny.
Hey, Queer Kind, welcome.
I
Hello!
wonder if that's our friend Queer, or if that's someone
Nah,
else.
different one. Someone else. From
Yeah, but Queer...
From Ethy and Ward Street.
Oh.
You mean people might actually watch us?
Yeah, I totally didn't do any self-promotion on their stream today.
Well, we've got 9 people. That's the most people we've had in a while.
Yeah. Alright. You guys want to have just like a chill Sunday doing Dear Abbeys?
Dear Abbeys, we can always go back to that BuzzFeed article, too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, you want to knock a couple
We
of those
did a
out?
couple while you weren't here.
They kind of sucked, though. You didn't miss anything.
Yeah, we covered one that we already covered. That was kind of interesting. Like, we talked
Yeah.
about it in a previous one.
Yeah, I saw that the headlight thing came up twice. It's like, haven't we already... okay, BuzzFeed, your quality has not risen in any way whatsoever, I see. Nice to know that we're maintaining some standard.
So when I'm like looking for news articles and stuff, I like to do like I'll get a link for some BuzzFeed Harry Potter quiz or something. So I'll just like do it.
Huh?
I answered right. It told me I was wrong. The fucking piece of shit BuzzFeed was wrong.
And
you're
it surprises you
why?
how?
Usually the quizzes are relatively.
Well, as has been proven recently by Disney, yeah, like, canon can just change whenever you need it to.
Oh, with Star Wars Acolyte?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're like,
Everything I've heard
that was
about it
actually
makes
a
me cringe.
legend. That was actually a legend source. We never had a confirmation on what his actual birth. Fuck off. Fuck you.
Rimshee, could you send me a link to that BuzzFeed thing?
Yeah, I got it.
Can't find it.
It's like-
Shit up.
Wikipedia is just pissed off that they got caught changing it in real time.
Wait.
The funniest thing about the whole thing was is that, like, after they got caught and people called them out about it, they're like, oh my god, we're getting so many death threats, and they're being sent by the community of this fucking YouTuber. The YouTuber in question being Star Wars Theory, the biggest Star Wars YouTuber on the platform and who has been a supporter of Disney Star Wars long after a lot of people gave up on it. He's recently given up on it for the most part.
Who's that?
Star Wars Theory.
That would be like if
Oh, yeah.
Warner Brothers blamed Harry Potter, the Harry Potter Theory channel, of sending people after.
But yeah, like, Star Wars Theory actually, he put out a video about a tweet that he made in response, where he's just like, so yeah, Wikipedia, this whole I sent people after you and I've sent people to send you death threats, that's slander. And if you want to take this that way, I'll sue.
He'll do it too. It's worth it. I think he should.
I mean, this man's got a business. You know, like
Yeah.
he runs Theory sabers, which are actually some of the absolute best prop quality lightsabers on the market. Things are really fucking cool.
Yeah, to be fair, that's because they are like full on fan-made sabers where we don't want a saber that's gonna fucking just fuck up.
Guys, I'm gonna restart Discord real quick, see if it fixes my camera.
All right. But yeah, like imagine like, oh, Star Wars series is sending toxic fans after us. It's like, you clearly don't know who this man is. But he did the big mistake that no YouTuber is allowed to do at this point. He associated with the Long Man. And Long Man is always bad. Mauler.
Oh, yeah.
And through Mauler, he started associating with Critical Drinker and, you know, Nerdrotic and other people that a certain section of the YouTube platform absolutely irrationally despises.
Rimshee, I think it's something on your end, because I was still on screen even when I was gone.
Weird. Here, let me take a... Yeah, you're on screen right now. I don't know.
Yeah, but now I'm moving. I was frozen on screen on your end.
Well, to be fair, were you looking at Twitch or were you looking at the camera on Discord? Because if it's on Twitch, then there's a delay. Remember that.
I was looking at Discord.
Okay.
Like when I popped in before I turned my camera back on, I was still on.
Well, that could just be a Discord issue too.
All right. Whatever. We're good now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Pav, I would personally recommend not even bothering the Acolyte. You're not missing anything.
Yeah, like the most I've heard about it, and crab for you, I'm being hyperbolic and kind of sarcastic. Apparently there's like an Amazonian race where they use the Force as a strap-on dildo to impregnate each other or something like that.
No, it's a Force-on dildo.
That's a funny way of putting it, but no, it's actually somehow more cringe.
Yeah.
No, it's a coven of lesbian space witches.
Yeah, that fuck each other with the Force.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, they call it the thread.
Gross.
It's like, oh, the thread is not something to be wielded, except when you use it to move objects around and, like, force push people and impregnate people with children.
Yeah, I decided not to watch the show when I saw 3 of the actors in an interview, and one guy was just like, that's the great thing about Star Wars. There is no good or evil.
Oh, he said something even dumber. And not only did he say something dumb, he said it twice in 2 different interviews. He's like, you know, like, well, like, you gotta think, it's like, you know, like, Anakin blew up the Death Star, and you're like, think of how many millions of people that killed. And it's like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yep, that was all Anakin.
I feel so bad for the guy that plays Soul, though. He's easily the best actor in the show, and he doesn't even know English.
He probably doesn't even know what he's doing fully.
He is literally phonetically delivering all of his lines. And he's the main actor from Squid Game. Is where he came from. But yeah, I feel bad for him. He's easily the best actor in the show, and he is completely wasted.
Crap. The problem is that original ideas don't make money.
No, Pov, they have nothing to do with the Witches of Dathomir whatsoever.
Yeah, that would have been one of my questions too. If I was even considering playing it, that's what I was assuming, that it was going to be something to do with the Witches of Dathomir. But at least the Witches of Dathomir have some shit that makes some sort of sense.
And I can already tell you what the end goal of this series is. The end goal of this little 8-episode series is basically that the Jedi are evil. Which I am so fucking tired of seeing this.
Can we please just get Darth Jar Jar Binks?
No. That
Are the
idea is
Jedi
stupid.
good? We can honestly say no, the Jedi aren't good. But are they evil? Fuck no.
Red?
Yes,
I was
like,
going to
all
ask
of
the
our
same question.
Jedi in this show don't act like Jedi. It's really frustrating.
Yeah, they're supposed to be like Buddhist monks type.
It would be frustrating to me if I still cared, which I don't.
Yeah, and like, grab as a point, franchises shouldn't go on for too long. I think a franchise can go as long as a franchise wants to. But it's
As long as the content is good.
It's a disrespect of source material.
And that's the thing, is that, like,
that causes an issue.
Nobody would be bitching. Nobody would be mad in talking about this shit if the content was good.
Yeah.
And every time, and it really doesn't help when the people that own the property, every time people point out that it's not good, just immediately reflexively scream racist.
Or sexist.
Also, you had, like, the main star of the show recently put out a diss track against Star Wars fans because of the response to the show.
Why? Why do you have to hate the fans of a franchise?
Also, it's just like,
it happens every fucking time.
It's such a mistake to do that, too.
Also, it's really rich hearing from some little 25-year-old bitch who has spent her entire life in Hollywood and whose daddy is a extremely rich white man from Denmark, how oppressed she is.
Yeah. Well, it's like a...
While
the anime
rapping
community had a
badly
bunch of
and-
controversy like a month ago because of that one chick that was in charge of localizations. And
Oh,
just
it goes so much
blatantly
deeper than just
changing-
her.
Yeah, but it was like, but she was blatant in public about it, like talking
Oh, yeah.
on panels about "fuck you." I'll do what I want. I'm making the story now. It's like, no, come on. That's just disrespectful to the original creator.
Well, as Nux Taku said in his video, like, covering some of the stuff, he's like, you know, it's like, even if for some reason all of your edits and stuff actually did improve the story, if they actually did improve the script, fuck you. How dare you?
Yeah.
This is not your art.
Yeah. Yeah, and glad to know you follow Nux too.
Oh, yeah, I think Nux is great. I followed him originally when he, like, still did, like, video breakdowns and he wasn't a full-time streamer.
Yeah, I liked his
Basically before he lost his first channel.
yeah, I liked his how not to do overpowered character series.
Oh yeah, that was great. Yeah, overpowered characters done right and done wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I stumbled across him.
And yeah, Nux is a bit of an edgy boy, but
Oh yeah, I don't watch his stuff that goes on the YouTube. I watch the VODs on. I watch the VODs where they are unedited.
oh yeah. But I just love how like his standard outro on his YouTube videos is like, here's some links to some other videos that'll definitely get me canceled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Anyone
generally
wondering,
start
I'm
with the
seeing if I
stream
can
going,
get this
no,
to a near
I've been
finish,
canceled
but-
again.
Thanks for talking over Jables, Rimshee. You fuck.
I started talking first. Or it didn't pick up that he was talking first, one of the two.
There's a latency. It's all good. We're all friends.
My beard is
Chill.
not coming off, Paul.
Chill.
God, what the fuck? Did it the fuck
Well,
again?
the thing is, Pav, is that this isn't the early Republic. This show is based on the High Republic, which is a series of comic books produced by Disney that no one fucking read.
They also take place after the events of Star Wars, don't they?
No, this is set 100 years before the invasion of Naboo.
Oh.
And Pav, no, I'm not getting ready to
Cool.
shave my beard. I'm trying to get this to mirror sharp because I'm practicing sharpening my straight razors so that I don't have to bring them to a guy to do it.
Rimshee, can you just focus on a show 1 week?
No.
You keep derailing the conversation. Dick.
Look, I'll have to get my wife's permission, but if we get to 1 million subscribers on YouTube or like in the tens of thousands of concurrent viewers on Twitch or something like that, maybe I'll shave my beard. On air.
Don't.
Well, why do you think I'm saying 1 million subscribers on YouTube or tens of thousands of viewers on Twitch?
God damn you, Crab. I hate
All right.
that you have to bring shit up in chat that triggers my nerd.
Fine. If Rimshee's gonna play with sharp objects, I'm gonna play with sharp objects.
So here's the thing, Crab. Palpatine did in fact know that the Yuzang Vong were coming. He knew about it because of Outbound Flight.
I can't actually show this knife on stream because there are titties on it.
Did you just realize that?
I had the titties facing me. We were fine, but like, I was about to be like, "Hey, check out my cool knife, guys," and I was like, "Wait, Twitch, fuck."
But
I
yeah,
show this one.
I'm using a 2 micron stropping compound, so that's yeah, that's I'm
That's the
doing here.
thing, though, Crab, is it was a series of like expanded universe stuff. Like the Yuzang Vong did eventually reach the Star Wars galaxy and started a massive fucking invasion.
Yeah.
That killed untold millions, including Chewbacca. Chewbacca dies during that conflict.
I am happy that I never got that in the Star.
I enjoy the animated series.
If anything,
I enjoyed go ahead.
If you ask me, the Yuzang Vong would have been a much more interesting threat than just like some other Sith or like splinter new version of the Empire like we've seen with current Disney Star Wars. Because the whole thing about the Yuzang Vong, when they arrive, is that like all their shit is based on like biotechnology. Like they come in these huge living ships. And the Yuzhang Vong themselves cannot be detected through the Force because they're not connected to it. They're not from the galaxy.
Alright, can we get away from Star Wars?
Yeah. The chat started it.
I know.
Technically, Jables
Crab's
started
autistic
it.
and he's gonna keep on it. I made one jokey comment about the new show.
Like I said, technically.
No.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to just talk about Star Wars.
I'll be fair to Jables. I'm actually the one that started it.
I hold back on my Harry Potter shit for you guys.
Because he said something about the Harry Potter quizzes, telling him he was wrong, and that's what prompted me to bring up the... I started it.
It's fine. You and I haven't talked about it on stream. And I just had that one jokey thing to say about it.
Yeah. Acolyte sucks. Moving on.
Yeah, I've heard nothing good about it.
It's the last thing I'll say on it is I'm pretty sure it's got like an audience score of less than 20% positive.
It was 14. It was 14% last time I checked, which makes it lower than the Star Wars Holiday Special, which just warms my black heart.
Rimshee, pull up the Rotten Tomatoes. Let's end this by looking at the audience versus critics.
All right.
Oh, that one's no surprise. Though there has been a number of critics that have been turning against it as well.
I've seen a couple YouTubers that have like in defense of Acolyte videos, but I also know that creator. They're just clickbaiting.
Yeah, like when episode 3 of the Acolyte came out, like even Forbes put out an article like, "This is dog shit."
There we go.
85 critics, 14 audience. Sounds about right.
Yeah, sounds about right.
All right. Let's go through some boomer complaints. Knock a few of those out.
Alrighty.
All right. We
We're
last did
17,
16.
right?
Yep.
Bring back shopping in physical stores. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Why must
Amazon is just ridiculously convenient.
Why must I gotta order clothes online? Bring back grammar too. Bring back malls. I'm tired of having to pay shipping fees twice. Once for purchase and once for returns. Alright, to be fair...
That's on you.
That's a little bit on you, because Amazon's pretty easy to get free shipping.
Yeah. And it, like, I had to return a computer chair once. Unprompted, UPS guy just knocks on my door like, "Hey, I got a return label for you. Is that shit packed up and ready for return?" It's like, what? It was like the next day.
Yeah, I mean...
And I was like, I don't have it ready right now. He's like, all right, well, I'll leave it with you and I'll check back tomorrow.
Yeah, honestly, this I agree with to some degree. It's just that last line about the shipping fees. That one's a dumb statement. I mean,
like the idea
things,
of I like the idea of like very walkable cities where like the lower level is all storefronts and then apartments above them. But yeah.
Also, it's like, let's be very clear here. This is not something that you can necessarily blame on online shopping and shipping. Malls were failing long before that took off.
Yeah. And it's also,
you know, like by the 1990s, a lot of malls throughout America were starting to go extinct.
Yeah. like, I have coming from Amazon a pretty dope programmable LED mask. What am I going to do with it? I don't know yet. But I'm getting it.
And you just gave
I got
away.
Oh, no, that's not even what I was talking about earlier. There's something else coming.
Tell me it's an LSD beach towel. I dare you.
No, when you're yeah, Y2K, when you're especially if you're a woman, like the dimensions and the sizes are super fucky with clothes.
Yeah.
Shout out patriarchy. I just buy the same shorts and same jeans and a bunch of black t-shirts and I rock it. Yeah, but boobs really fuck with like shirt sizes and dress sizes and things like that.
Yeah, but I mean, you could still do standard stuff because really that's the big thing about guys. We just have a standard. This means this. And so it makes it easy. This is also why dry cleaning for men is a lot cheaper than dry cleaning for women. They can literally just throw the shirt on a mannequin-like device and it deals with most of the work. Whereas with any woman's clothing, in part because it's so fucking complicated to get it this way and that way and all that, they have to manually do everything.
Yeah, especially there's a lot of women's clothes that are shaped a certain way, so you don't want to stretch it out this way or that way. It's very.
God damn you, Y2K.
Hey, I've been pro free the nipple since I was about 12 or 13, so.
Like, it's not even 100% that women need the different sizes. They could theoretically do the same thing guys do. Theoretically. It may just be another like small, medium, large adjustment. Like, oh, you've got small, 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 whereas guys will have small, small, or small, short, small versus a small, short. The big difference is women tall. give a lot more of a shit about how they look than guys do. I mean, look at me. This is a t-shirt I got free.
I literally have 100 plain black t-shirts, and I just wear those.
Yeah. When you see a celebrity walking around in a t-shirt that they somehow look really good in, it's because that t-shirt was most likely a standard t-shirt, and they just got it fucking tailored to fit them right.
Yeah.
Tailoring does a lot to make you look better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all about emphasizing different aspects of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's if you're gonna go the route of tailoring, it's a lot easier to look good in something if you get it a little big and then have it shrunk to fit you.
Yeah, like a few years ago, I learned that there's something that a lot of hairdressers do called shaping when they cut your hair. So they cut in a certain way to make your head look better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still don't fully understand it. I just know that it exists.
I just shave my head and wear a hat, and then when it gets too long, I do it again.
Yeah, I go to a barber and I have him give me a medium fade usually, which is just adjusting the height so that it actually fades up or it fades down to.
You also have a
the rest
fucked
of
up
your head.
hairline.
It's just something I got used to in the Marine Corps. And now I can't stand the hair being long. Like, I've got it touching my ears, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, I'm due for a haircut Pre-pandemic, I had a great barber. I would just show up. He'd be like, "What do you want?" "I need it trimmed up, man." "All right, want a beer?" "Yeah, man." Sit there and drink a beer while he cuts my hair. Oh, I miss that guy. He was fun.
Yeah, my barber's kind of like that. Free beer because legally they can't sell it.
Yeah. And it was across the street from my work, and they had a deal with my company that employees there get a discount. And then of course I tip.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Go ahead.
That barber's out of business, crap.
Too many free beers.
Well, they're either out of business or they're operating elsewhere. I don't know which one. Like I said, this was pre-pandemic.
That location is out of business, at least.
Yeah, they're doing wacky shit. I think they have a speakeasy bar run out of the backyard right now. Allegedly.
For legal reasons, that's a joke. For legal reasons, that's a joke.
And we're covered.
Yep.
But, yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting how barbershops used to be barbershops and bars.
And he did a hot towel shave.
Oh, yeah, those are pretty cool.
Awesome.
Not
Yep.
that I've gotten one in a while, mind you, but...
Yeah. As somebody that can't grow a full beard, it's really nice.
Back in the day, barbers also used to serve as amateur surgeons.
Yeah.
Amateur surgeons, pharmacists.
It's like, yeah, like, you can come and get your hair cut, and I'll also lance that boil for you right quick.
Yeah, thanks, man. I mean, they already have the straight razor.
Well, the barber was basically the medical professional of some small towns if they didn't have an actual doctor.
Yeah.
It was expected.
sick?
Even in larger towns, you had the barber as a sort of backup. The doctor was
Yeah.
the guy you'd go to for really serious shit, but you'd go to the barber for just like, oh, this is a probably routine thing. This is what I've got going on.
You're not feeling too well? Do some cocaine about it. It'll keep the ghosts out of your blood.
Yeah, it's like try these eye drops I just got in that contain this wonderful new ingredient called heroin.
Yeah. Trust me, you'll feel great. I've been doing it all day.
I've also got codeine cough syrup for the kids.
Oh man. My mom had this friend in Canada, and my mom would go visit her and just come back with Tylenol 3s, which is Tylenol with codeine. just tons of it. That's just great.
Man, you need to be a tough son of a bitch to get through earlier generations. Or just really lucky.
Yeah.
Why not both?
All right. On to the next one.
Yeah, like, just like a small anecdote, but like, by the time my dad was 8 years old, like 10 years old actually, I think. By the time my dad was 10 years old, he was making donuts at a bakery and smoking cigarettes. It's like, Jesus, it really is a different world.
Alright. This one I kind of agree with, but they're already working on. Allowing kids to use their cell phones during school is completely ridiculous.
Yeah, fuck that.
During school, while class is in session, sure, totally get it. But at the same time, it just not being able to have a cell phone at school, I think in this day and age is a little ridiculous.
Yeah. It's a little
I'd say for high school anyway.
Yeah.
I'm personally in the camp of, like, you should postpone giving your child, like, smart devices for as long as possible, but
Yeah,
my
I
kid
argue
might
with
end
my
up with a-
sister about that. All of her kids have smart devices.
My son might end up with a flip phone a little earlier than we would have back in the day. Like, probably
That's fine.
about the same time these kids get smartphones. But you gotta remember where I live.
It's the internet access part of it that I
Yeah, the
worry
other
about.
thing is that a lot of these smartphones, the cheaper phone is actually a smartphone versus a flip phone. It's weird.
Yeah, you can get smartphones for like $20 at the dollar store.
You can go to, say, Verizon and get a smartphone for cheaper than you can get a flip phone.
Really?
Yeah. The only reason I know this is because my younger brother is autistic, and my mom was trying to make sure that he did not get a phone that he could do a bunch of shit on, and it was actually cheaper to get a smartphone than it was to get a flip phone, which is what she was looking at.
well, it's market de-incentivation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They don't
Crab-
want you to be buying fucking flip phones anymore because retailers don't want to carry them anymore.
Yeah.
Crap. Technically, yes, the school system is shit, but it really depends where you're at. It's such a major factor. Like overcrowded. If you're in an area where the school your kid's going to be going to has like a bunch of overcrowded classroom teachers that just don't give a fuck.
Also known as inner city.
Sure, take your kids out. I grew up in a small town, relatively small school, like about 25 kids per class. Plenty of time to like get individual attention from the teacher and stuff. It was fine.
Yeah, the school near where we are apparently has a pretty good reputation, but I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere. There's less than 500 households in my town, which means that the post office doesn't have to deliver door to door there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, let's do a quick comparison.
Yeah, my hometown, you got a P.O. box. Post office did not deliver door to door in the town.
Hey, Jables. Rough estimate. What was the student population of your high school?
Like 9 through 12, the entire high school?
Yeah.
At max, probably about 300 or 400. My graduating class was 45 people.
Yeah. My high school average student population, this is average, was over 4,000.
Yeah, my
And my
entire
graduating
school,
class was over 800 people.
My entire school, K through 12, was all on one campus, 2 buildings.
Yeah.
My high school is private, so it doesn't quite qualify. Just over
My
100 people.
My high school had an entire addition added onto the school called the Freshman Academy.
We had portables for like some classes. Which, for those of you that don't know,
Yep.
it's just classrooms in a trailer. Because they
Yeah.
can't just build extra rooms.
Yeah, I had classes in some of those when I was in 3rd grade. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
And
my third grade was in portables, and then history and Spanish class was in a portable.
I tell you what, having a homeroom class in a portable was real interesting around here when the weather got bad.
Those fucking things suck in the winter.
No, I'm talking about when it's, starting into spring and you're getting into tornado season.
Oh.
It's just like, I don't know about this, man. I ain't feeling it.
The tornadoes always aim for the trailer parks. Isn't this just a mini trailer park?
Yeah.
I know I'm not going to end up in Kansas, but
All right, you want to hit up the next one?
Yeah, because I agree with this.
To an extent, I think it's becoming a quickly moot point, but yeah, I agree.
Music is too loud in restaurants. The music at most restaurants does not need to be as loud as a club. I'd like to be able to have a conversation. I agree. There's one bartender at the local pizza place. Turns the music up way too loud. It's fun to have music. Fun to have music. But I have to yell at the person sitting this far away from me. It's like right here. And I have to yell at that person. Not fun.
It's
a
one
pizza
thing
place.
if it's a restaurant. It's one thing if you're yelling because everyone else is just as loud. It's a whole other thing if you're yelling because the music is just that loud.
Yeah. And it's only one bartender that does it, which is partly why it's so frustrating.
Yeah, it's probably just he's used to club music, and club music is loud, and so that's why he's deaf and has to turn it up so he can hear it.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll be like the only person in there, and if you want to crank it, whatever. I don't give a fuck at that point. But when a lot of people start coming in and like trying to socialize and shit, just turn it down a couple notches. Alright. Rimshee, you want to go to the next one?
Yeah, this one was an easy one. Oh, this one I can see what they're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually very much agree with this one, for the most part.
Yeah, they don't need to be hidden under the touchpad.
Yeah, they don't need to be they don't need to be just, this is where I'm touching on the touchpad and the clicky goes click, therefore treat it as this. No, make it an actual...
well, yeah, make it like, technically, my laptop, they are physical buttons at the bottom corners of the touchpad. And they do clickety-click. But it's not obvious that they're there. You wouldn't know if you didn't press down.
Well, moreover, it's a pain in the ass because, like with mine, you can resize the location. So, I hate
that
this.
sounds confusing. I don't like that. You just that made me feel gross. Just the idea of that.
I'm trying to adjust. I'm trying to move the mouse and click something. I just so happen to move it over an area where it's in the right click section, and I right click instead of left clicking because I did not know it was there. That frustrates the fuck out of me. But you need to have that fucking right click because otherwise you don't have the capability to right click, and that's even more frustrating.
I'd prefer just use physical peripherals.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a huge button.
No,
like my
the picture
current
that they had
laptop.
there. That's fine.
My current laptop, I'm much happier with than the one that I had previously, mainly because it's a lot lighter.
Yeah,
that
it can look like
Alienware
this.
was a fucking brick.
I'm happy with this. This right here is perfect. It's small, it's unobtrusive, and it works.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's just a rectangle on mine. It's just a rectangle.
What happened?
Which is why I have a mouse.
What happened to laptops having that little red dot in the center that you would use as like a mouse?
Yeah,
like
those were ThinkPad, and they it wasn't a trackball. It was a nub that would move based on the pressure. And
it was like
the
a
issue
tiny
with that,
joystick.
it wasn't very intuitive for people. So it ended up getting phased out in favor of the touchpad, which is a lot more intuitive.
Yeah,
I saw something the other day. There was a guy. He was he was taking those off of old laptops and using them to replace some sort of joystick type thing on like a newer Nintendo 3DS.
Hmm. But yeah, like the best thing that my dad got on one of his unfortunate spending sprees is he got this Alienware wired mouse, and I am very, very happy with it.
Nice.
It is a very good mouse. Very precise.
All right, let's go to the next one.
It's got those metal buttons that make a nice meaty click noise.
Very satisfying. Yeah, the wireless mouse that I bought, the left and right click are so sensitive. Like it doesn't even feel like I'm actually pressing, and it's can take.
Oh no, you definitely know when you're using this thing. It's just like click.
Yeah. All right, physical photo albums. Bring back photo albums and printing out pictures.
For photo albums, I can absolutely agree, because it's easier to save. In some ways, it's easier to save physical media than it is to save digital media. So if you print it out and put it in a photo album, you can shove it on a shelf and forget about it for 20 years and not worry about it because it'll still fucking be there.
Yeah, I'm also of the belief I like old school cameras with film, because you don't know how it's going to turn out, and sometimes that gives you some of the best photos because you don't know yet. It's a surprise. It's fun.
That doesn't give you the best photos, but
there's actually a big market for Polaroid cameras right now. Like the instant photo ones.
Oh yeah.
Part of the reason is those are seen as disposable, destroyable photos. It's easier to get rid of that than it is a digital. For whatever reason, delete on digital is seen as harder than...
Yeah, but I feel like people work so hard to take the perfect picture because you can take 1,000 of them. Delete everyone that you think is bad. But I like the bad pictures. Those are fun.
Sometimes they are.
You don't have little aids on your smartphone that like put a little yellow box that like tells you it's like focus here, dummy.
Yeah, you're trying to capture a moment, not the best version of that moment.
That's the other thing that like really like when I saw the ad for it, like wow, that's just kind of soul crushing. Is when you see this like new technology, it's like, oh yeah, it's like you can take like multiple photos in a row and then just like in the phone itself just like composite the photos into a single image, like taking the best aspects from each, and I'm like, wow.
That's great for a family portrait.
Awful.
Yeah,
that's great for a family
phones nowadays.
Portrait,
you can do live pictures, and it does pretty much like a short video.
Oh yeah, that's like the default on most iPhones.
Yeah.
Which is the pain in the ass, because like whenever I import them to a computer, it's like, oh yeah, I have to import multiple files, you know, like a still image and then like the short like video thing. Can I just set it so that the short video thing never happens?
Yeah.
If I want to take a video, I'll take a video.
I'm not an invalid, you don't have to hold my hand.
Yeah, like my mom still has her Polaroid, but finding film for it is a pain.
There's actually a massive community that has custom Polaroid film.
Well, yeah, but she's not very internet savvy.
I know somebody that fucks with that community. I'll message them and I'll send you.
That and she hasn't had much use for her Polaroid in a long time, so.
They're fun. All right,
Oh, yeah.
let's do 2 more and then get into some like Dear Abbeys or something.
All right.
This one I don't understand that much. Stop with the whole email address for a receipt thing. No, you can't have my email address for a receipt. Just print one out. I don't get it.
I don't know. I guess the thought is, oh, if I give you my email, you can send me ads and shit. Which, yeah, that's fair, but...
Email me my receipt, anything... Yeah, if it's not an online purchase, why would they need your email?
Well, it depends on what it is. There's plenty of things where it's like, yeah, send me the email of this so that I can hang on to it because it's a big purchase. But why the fuck do I want to give you my email for a McDonald's purchase, for example?
Yeah,
well,
it's completely worthless there. It's just like, how would you like your email? Physical email or just no receipt? And I'm like, most of the time I don't bother with the receipt.
yeah. I don't need a receipt. It's going to be in my bank statement. I'm not about it. That's,
Unless
I do know,
it
though, that music venues and comedy club, they do want your email so that they can promote shows to you.
The only time...
Sometimes they give you deals.
The only time I get physical receipts... The only time I get physical receipts at like fast food places anymore is if it's a fast food place that I know has fucked me over in the past.
Or they give you one because it's got your order number on it.
Yeah, I'll save a receipt from like a bar that I don't regularly go to because I don't want them to fuck me over on the tip.
Yeah. Hi, dog.
Alright. Last one. Kids don't know how to write in cursive anymore. Kids aren't learning cursive anymore. Doesn't matter. Don't care.
Yeah.
Cursive's outdated.
Let's go with one more then.
Okay.
Fuck paper straws.
I think we can all agree with this one. Fuck paper straws. Yes.
Yeah, fuck that shit, man.
That
A
is
local
exactly
bar in
what
my
I
area
said.
was a local bar in my area before paper straws were like, you have to stop using plastic. There's a local bar in my neighborhood. They were already using straws made out of vegetable oil. So they were ahead of the curve. Those are great. They feel like plastic. They get a little soft if they're in something warm, but you know, not terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had never encountered a paper straw in my life until I started having some stuff from this place called Noodle and Company. And I didn't realize that they used paper straws.
Yeah.
So I get this straw in my drink and just like, it's not even that, it doesn't take that long. It's just after a few sips, it's like, this feels wrong and awful.
Yeah.
I recently got Jack in a Box because I was early on my way to work and I needed some food for that day. In my county, it is illegal to use plastic straws. So we've got paper straws, and guess what? That thing, after just a couple of sips, you could move the top around and it would move as if it was a bendy straw, because right where it pops through the plastic lid, which isn't illegal, it was soaked through to the point where it became flexible. Oh, I hate paper straws.
I don't know if I should mention this. I don't know if I should mention this on the show. But Oh man, when I was last at a Noodles and Company, like actually like physically in there, I had to go to the bathrooms, right?
Hmm.
And I walked back there, and like the signs on both restrooms say it's like gender neutral restroom.
Hmm.
And like it shows, like the man, the woman, and then like the half man, half woman figure, where it's like a dress on one side and pants on the other.
Oh, that's cringe.
Oh yeah, I have a picture of it actually. But it was so fucking funny because as I come back from the bathrooms, I'm standing there waiting, and this little family comes in. And this little boy has to go to the bathroom. And he walks back there, and then he looks at one door, and then looks at the other. He just kind of stands there because he doesn't know what to do.
Hmm.
And eventually he just picks one.
So there's a guy in my area. He owns multiple restaurants and bars, and all of his locations, it's just like it's single room bathroom. Like it's only one person. It's like one toilet, one room.
It's a door with a lock on it.
And he just
It's just
he
the
threw up,
bathroom.
he threw up some like gender neutral bathroom signs because he's like, I mean, it's funny. It's just anybody can use a fucking bathroom. I don't give a fuck. It's a single person bathroom.
Yeah.
It's like, a bunch of the woke people are going to be
But
happy about it. And honestly, it's just what it always was anyway.
I do agree with you though, Jables. The signs are mega cringe.
Yeah, his signs don't show the half one. It's just
No,
It shows
I'm
guy
talking
girl.
about the signs at this place.
yeah.
They're
Those signs are cringe. The signs that he put up on all of his bathrooms, it just shows guy girl. Doesn't matter.
Well,
Whatever.
if you have half guy, half girl, and that's the only thing on there, you just assume... You can just make the assumption they're trying to save space.
Yeah, that was
But
kind
if
of his point. He was like, they were always gender neutral. I didn't need to put a sign up, but it's gonna make some more people happy.
Yeah,
Maybe
like
spend more money. Oh,
like-
look how progressive this place is. It's like, no, you
I was
can
gonna
use
say,
the
it's like-
bathroom the entire time.
like, I could potentially make more profit by catering to stupid people.
Alright, I think that's a good last one. So, shall we hit up some Dear Abby?
Yeah, sure. When Jables comes back.
Yes, when?
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da.
I just realized that somehow the YouTube title got goobered. Like, it was just itself twice. Lesser Saints of Discord, Lesser Saints of Discord, title, number.
Why are you eating right now? You know I'm over here talking. Why you gotta go over there and make noise? Dog.
Sorry about
Over
that,
here
guys.
trying to
you know
talk
you
about
can do
stuff
things
and
without me.
I'm over here trying to talk about stuff, and just in the background, you're like, crunch, crunch, crunch. It's like, thanks, Doug. I appreciate it.
All right, let's do some relationship.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
These
pick,
always
'cause
go
you've
well.
read these. I was just looking at that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I've skimmed some of them. A couple of them I've actually like read. All right, sir, you wanna take it? I posted it in live show.
Just a second. Ah, fuck off. Disable your ad blocker. You can't look at this site.
Ooh, somebody's using the wrong ad blocker. Do I need to read it? Or Rimshee?
Yeah, I'm not dicking with it.
Rimshee, you take this one.
Also,
All
it's
right.
the Oregonian, so I don't dick with them anyway.
Dear Lesser Saints, my husband and I have been together 20 years, married for 12. We have weathered ex-spouses, step-parenting, 9 military deployments. Oh, 9 military
That's a
deployments
lot of
between
deployments.
us. That's actually not a lot of deployments.
Oh, between the two of them?
Serious-
Okay, that's different.
Yeah. Serious health issues and everyday normal life. My husband is an I kept reading that as infidelity. Infinitely
By the
better
way-
person than I am, and I have
This one I
always
chose
tried to care
purely
for
on the-
him.
This one I chose purely on the title. I didn't actually read this one at all.
Alright. My husband is an infinitely better person than I am, and I have always tried to care for him. We are in our early 40s and recently retired from the military, I think is what she means.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congrats on your
This year, our children will be out of the house, and we have bought a beautiful home in a dream location for the two of us to start our next adventure together. I love my husband, but over the last few years, almost everything he says makes me extremely angry or annoyed. I have never felt like this before in our relationship, and I don't know why it is happening now. No one else makes me feel this way.
Menopause.
I don't know where to start on addressing the problem. I have told my husband a little bit, and he says he feels like I no longer love him or need him. But Lesser Saints, I do everything for him. I manage all our bills and finances. I cook 3 meals a day. I clean the house, the yard, and the cars. I do everything he asks for if he needs help or assistance. I try to always be there if he needs to talk or vent. I stay in shape and available for him. I don't know what else to do to make him feel loved and to make my anger go away. Please help. Mystified in North Carolina.
Couples therapy.
Yep.
You need to find the root of the
Hands
problem.
down.
Yeah.
It's. She says she still loves him. She just doesn't know what's going on. I'd like to hear his side a little bit.
Also, she's like, oh, I do all of these things, and it's like, well, yeah, it sounds to me like you're imposing too much upon yourself.
Yeah, but he's probably doing all the outside work, cleaning gutters, mowing the lawn.
Well,
doing all
she
that
says
stuff.
that she cleans the yard and all that. But then again,
She
we
cleans-
don't know what he does that she doesn't see.
Yeah. Couples
Like,
therapy.
maybe-
You seem
maybe
like you want to
he's-
make it work. Writing to Dear Abby is not the option.
Well,
Talk to your husband.
my
Get
point
a
was, it's
mediator
like,
to like really work things out.
it's like, oh, I do all of these things, and it's like, well, yeah, but that's your choice as well.
Oh, and I do have to disclaimer. Couples therapy is about finding a mediator to like really work out your issues. It's not about having a therapist tell you what.
Yeah, you need to find somebody that's going to let each of you talk and keep things from becoming hostile.
Yeah, and that won't take sides. Don't
Yeah,
find a
their
couples
goal-
therapist that'll just side with you.
Yeah, their goal is to keep things from being,
Their
words.
goal is to find what the real problem is. Like
Their
the
goal
root.
is to mediate and to keep confrontation, a negative confrontation to a minimum. That's
Yeah.
their goal. Pure and simple.
and to help you find your way to the root of the problem.
Yeah.
And it might be because you're both retired. You're in a different
Seeing
stage
more of each other.
life, and like the dynamics of your lives has shifted. And
Like, maybe
you don't
he's
have
still
like
working.
you don't have like a work outlet like you used to have. And
Yeah,
so now
maybe he's got a job outside of the military now, and you guys are still both banking on your military retirement. Which 2 military retirements are gonna get you some good cash. You'll be able to, technically, you could survive without
yeah.
without going into shit with that. But
They've been together for 20 years, married for 12. You guys obviously have decent. You maybe be more open with him before you do couples therapy, or do couples therapy in order to be more open with him. Either way, you need to really talk about it.
hold on a second.
Yeah. Like bring in an outside perspective to maybe, pick up on things about your character that you haven't noticed.
Yeah, I know you're listening. Totally, 100% you're listening right now. Hit me up. I'll be a mediator. I don't care.
No. And it's not a failing on your part, but the simple fact of the matter is that self-reflection and introspection is hard for a lot of people.
The fact that you care enough and don't want to be this way says a lot. So,
yeah, you're on the right path there at least. But even then, it's hard to step outside oneself and it's just like, what am I doing and how does it look to other people?
yeah. Is it me? What? You might also just be starting to go through menopause. My mom was a fucking nightmare. She went through menopause. So,
Biggest issue we had with my mom is she kept opening up the slider, complaining of the heat, and then slamming the slider, going, "God damn, it's way too hot." Or way too cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, hormones are a bitch.
Yeah.
Both of my sisters moved out, and then it was just like pretty much me and my mom. My dad was working a lot. It was after both of my sisters moved out that she started going through menopause. So it was just me. I was alone, scared. I had no backup. Terrible.
Yeah, that'll happen.
All of your sisters just like, could one of you take mom away for a while?
Also,
I legit did call my sister and was like, "Hey, I'm having a rough time right now."
Could you take her out for a bit?
Couples therapy is absolutely key here. The fact that you're both prior service, while you were active, you had, I'm assuming you both were in the same branch. Which is interesting how you dated for 8 years before getting married and somehow made that work, because station changes are not an uncommon thing.
Yeah,
hell,
this feels related to the retirement
units
because they said recently retired, so...
Yeah. But still, the fact that they were together for 8 years before getting married and are recently retired and have been together for 20 total years, that means that 8 of those years that they were together, they were just dating and still both of them in the service.
Yeah.
Unless...
9 deployments between the two of them, so...
Yeah, it takes 20 years before you can get retirement from military, unless it's a medical retirement, which I don't think is the case here.
No, because they're in their 40s.
Yeah. But, yeah, they've had to have spent at least 8 of those years just dating, which means there's a very good chance that they could have been on opposite ends of the country. So, That's one thing. But you also had a unified enemy, so to speak. The service, like, let's say they were in the Marine Corps, which is very possible because mystified in North Carolina here. I can think of a couple of Marine Corps bases in North Carolina that have reputations for having prior military, yokel locals, or strippers. Those are the three groups that live there.
But she also said she's told him a little bit, and he says he feels like I no longer love him or need him. So, you know,
maybe it's how she's saying it. But here's my point, though. They had that. Let's say they were prior. Yeah, I haven't gotten to my point, though. They're saying they're retired at this point. Let's just assume that they were prior Marine Corps, because North Carolina. It very well could be that they were Army or something. It doesn't matter. I think it's safe to assume that they were both in the same branch, which is how they met.
Yeah. Good
chance that they always had the ability to complain to each other. Motherfucking whatever branch. They're fucking us over this way, that way, that... My sergeant was doing this bullshit. Oh, my sergeant was doing that shit last week. It's so annoying. Or goddamn, my fucking privates are constantly on fire.
Are you saying that maybe
the
since
fifth
now
extinguisher
they don't have
I've replaced this week?
Are you saying that maybe since now they don't have like a common enemy or a common thing to be angry towards together, that she's now being angry at him because she doesn't have that to be angry at anymore?
Not exactly. I'd say that it was more that was a unifying factor. It was something they could come together against, a cause that they could come together to get behind. And now they don't exactly have that same common antagonist, and so they actually have to start looking at each other and seeing how their relationship actually is. And
yeah, that's pretty
they're
much...
not... It's something they haven't had to do to that point, so they're just kind of having a hard time figuring out how to deal with it, since how they've dealt with this common antagonist of whatever branch they're in has been to just bitch about it to each other. But now it's each other, and they can't just bitch to each other about the person they're bitching
something
to.
Something that you could extrapolate off of that as well was that if it was such a big part of both of their lives, the fact that they were both in together, now that factor is gone, as you stated, maybe now they're kind of, at least he's kind of looking at him. It's like, how much do we actually have in common?
Yeah, that's another factor.
I don't know. They've been together 20 years, so I mean, maybe.
Well, yeah, but they've been in the service together throughout that 20 years.
Yeah, there is. So here's a little point
Abby
of.
Didn't even respond to this. Oh wait, never mind. Okay.
I was gonna say no, it's below that shit. But here's the thing. They oh fuck, I was gonna say something. It was related to what you were saying, sir.
No,
no. It was something you were saying, Jables. They've been in for 20 years, at least 20 years, and 20 years is the minimum amount of time you have to be in before you can get retirement. You can get early retirement sometimes, but it has to be approved. And for both of them to be able to get an early retirement does not seem feasible. So it's a good chance that they were in 20 21 years. They probably met when they first both got in, or a year or two into that, and they retired a year or two after their 20-year mark. That's a complete possibility. Or they met in that first year, and she's just rounding the numbers.
Yeah, I would.
So they've definitely been in. It's the entire time they've been in, or especially since they're in their 40s, early 40s. They probably did about 25 years, in all honesty, because they probably got in 18 to 20, somewhere in there, and they would have met in their early 20s. So they're probably like 25 years in.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. There's one more factor. This is the year that their children will be out of the house.
Which is another common factor between them that's going away.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I saw my parents start to argue a bit more when after I left, because they didn't have anybody to take care of it necessarily, you know.
Yeah, they didn't have something that tied them there, and there was a question of, is this still a thing we need to do? It's what.
Yeah. But shout out to my
this just
parents.
become
They were really good examples of like good communication with your partner. But yeah, so it's you're starting a different part of life. Kids are moving out. You guys really just need to sit down and talk. And if you feel like you're not getting anywhere with that conversation, get a couple therapists.
Yeah. Y2K says more blowjobs might help.
Yeah, that always helps. Duh.
That helps him. That doesn't necessarily help her.
Well, it depends. Is she like the nurturing type? It sounds like she kind of is.
Like I said, does not necessarily.
Yeah.
Unless he's secretly gay, it's a 99% chance it will help him. All right, let's see what Abby had to say.
I would like to hear from him.
Yeah.
Dear Mystified, I'm not sure your husband is an infinitely better person than you are. I wish you had mentioned one thing that he does to make you feel loved and needed, because from where I sit, you have been shouldering the entire load. Basically what this response is I'm taking you at face value of what you said you've done.
Yes, Queen, you do all the stuff. Your husband's a piece of shit.
Your anger and resentment may stem from your awakening to this fact. Those feelings may dissipate if you discuss them with a marriage and family therapist, preferably in the presence of your husband. Preferably in the... not...
1,000 only with your husband. Wait, no, wait. Time out. Talking to the therapist separately so that they don't feel pressure to like mask things might be a good start.
Yeah.
But ultimately you want like an unbiased mediator to like bring you two together.
But that's not what she's saying here.
Yeah.
Like, this is bad advice, for the most part.
It sounds like the same advice that we were giving, but it's not.
No.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Like, here are the possible external reasons going on here. And also the statement that we don't know his side.
Yeah.
Imagine some person that would watch these and be like, oh my god, they always want to know what the other person's side is. They always want to know what the man's side is.
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah.
It's kind of important.
But also, this is the thing, boys and girls. It's like, this is why it's not always a good idea to ask Abby things. Because sometimes Abby is a stupid cunt.
Ask the lesser saints.
Yeah.
Should we make a text
Look
channel
at you,
for Dear Lesser Saints and
unbiased
have people
advice.
write in?
Yes. Yes, we should absolutely do that. We'll put our reputations on the line.
Yeah. I've done
Actually,
therapy.
if we really wanted to go that route, we should probably make it so that it could be submitted anonymously.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll think about how we could possibly do.
Yeah.
That just makes me
But,
flashback to the very
Oh,
first one of
we
these we
could-
ever did, though. Where by
could-
the end of it, all three of us are basically like, she's a lying bitch, and I don't trust anything she says.
like, honestly,
We could
80%.
remove permissions to see message history so that only we can see it, and then we just don't say the name.
yeah, but us doing that, we still see the name. The whole point of Dear Abby is, this is an
The
anonymous
anonymity.
question. Completely anonymous. We mail it without name or anything like that. Or,
Yeah,
all
but I would
Abby
give the same
sees-
advice regardless.
Oh, we would, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't care.
But to be fair, if we might not give the same advice regardless, because personalized advice is different than generic advice.
You're right.
Like-
I would give different advice to Crab than I would give to Y2K.
Yeah. But honestly,
I know,
this
chat.
is
Would you like
just-
that?
Yeah, it's kind of just
I'll
one of those
brainstorm
things
on a
where-
way to make it possible so that it's anonymous. But also, we know so many of you so well, we'd probably figure it out anyway.
Maybe if we had a larger audience.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, get us a
Let's
larger
move on to
audience
the,
and we'll start doing our own Ask the Lesser Saints. Ask LSD.
Yeah. I ask LSD probably about once a year.
Honestly, the biggest issue with this is it's from the wife's perspective, and to be honest,
feels like-
80%, it's something like 80% of divorces are instigated by the wife, not the husband. Why? Because the wife's gonna get a shit ton of support, the husband's gonna get looked at as if he's a fucking piece of shit.
No, they're
It's not
initiated
exactly
by
that.
the wife, but there's problems going on before.
Oh, there are absolutely problems going on before, but
Yeah, just because the wife initiates the divorce proceedings doesn't mean
oh no, I'm
that
not
it's the
saying
dude's
that
fault.
that's. I'm not saying that it's the dude's fault. I'm saying that generally speaking, societally, people look at it as, oh, they're getting a divorce. What did he do?
yeah.
Yeah, the outcomes are almost always worse for the man
Yeah.
in divorce situations.
Depends. I've been looking into it a lot more. I don't want to become the fucking honey badgers and shit right now. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Price, that's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah.
Well, it is 3 o'clock. Shall we? Should we do another one, or should we call it for the day?
I want to do the open relationship one.
All right, I gotta find that one.
Oh yeah, because
Oh,
this never
found
goes
it.
poorly. See if I can actually read this one.
Yeah. You want me to? I'll post it.
I've got it.
All right. Cool.
Did you only read the first one, or is there 2 in here? Or no, it's just there's more. And this is Karen
There's 2 in
feeding,
here?
not Dear Abby.
Yeah.
Well, it's not Dear Evan anyways. Dear Lesser Saints.
The second one is kind of
Kind of what?
the second one is dumb. Worried
All
about
right.
it?
Anyway, Dear Lesser Saints, recently one of my children came out as polyamorous, telling me that they and their partner had been in an open relationship for more of their 9-year relationship than not. Frankly, I am disgusted by this and disappointed in my child and their partner, but I need to get over it because I love them both and it's their life. But how do I move on? Am I allowed to ask not to be drawn into being involved with anyone outside their relationship with each other?
Yes.
Am I so angry I feel like they've made a mockery out of my marriage? And yes, I know it's not about me. It's not. But how do I get there emotionally? Everything I've read in my efforts to make sense of this just makes me angrier and more confused. I don't want to ask them any questions about what they're doing because it feels like I'd be asking about their sex life. And yes, I also know it's not all about sex, but again, that's what it feels like. I'm doing my best to pretend to be okay with this, but I'm afraid my anger and disappointment will show through. Please help me be a parent of 2024, not the 80s sitcom parent I'm starting to feel like.
I like the self-awareness. I like how you want to be supportive, but you're honest about your feelings about it.
Yeah.
I also get the feeling that this isn't necessarily polyamorous. This is just more of like an open relationship where they sleep around a bit.
Yeah.
Because if you just found out about this, that doesn't mean they have any like relationships with other people.
Yeah, I think you're jumping to the conclusion that it's polyamorous, unless the child actually said it's I'm poly.
Well,
Or I'm
she said that
polyamorous
they
or something
came.
like that.
She said that they came out as polyamorous, which I would, to back up Jables' point, a lot of people misuse that term.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people. Well, like they say they came out as polyamorous, but that they've been in an open relationship. So, which one is it? Because polyamory has a specific.
Polyamorous and open relationship are not interchangeable necessarily.
No, definitely not. Open relationship is I
But
love my
those
wife. I'm
lines
in a
do blend
relationship with
together.
my wife. Well, no, they all hard to explain. But like it's the difference between I have a relationship with my wife or husband, but we sometimes will sleep with other people based on certain factors, versus I have a relationship with my wife or husband. I also have a girlfriend, and I love my my wife's boyfriend. He's awesome. And there's also the second boyfriend, or
true polyamory is not nearly as common.
no, definitely not. We really want to talk about it. We'd probably need to get Cats or Ward on here.
Because the fact of the matter is that the majority of people aren't really equipped for true polyamory. You form attachments and that can fuck things up.
Yeah.
Jealousy is a big factor in that.
Huge factor.
Also, like, the other thing is that, like, I don't think it's mentioned here, but, like, a big thing that would kind of, like, sway my decision one way or another is if there was kids involved.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
doesn't seem like there is.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there is, but, like, I'm of the stance is, like, if you have children, then you should probably knock that shit off. Because that's going to be detrimental to them in the future.
Can be at least.
Y2K, I don't see where you're seeing. Yeah. Okay. You misread that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
But-
it's
Getting disgusted about it, like,
why?
yeah, like disgust is a very strong emotion.
Mm.
I feel like there might be some religious bias here that hasn't been mentioned,
Yeah.
but
Maybe it might also be, just she's a product of her time, and so it's a lot of societal bias.
Which
That's been
does seem to
implanted.
be what she's going for. What she's saying.
Yeah. All right. You're doing your best to pretend to be okay with it. Stop lying. You're not okay with it, but take some time and really think about it.
yeah, because at the moment you're really getting into irrationally angry,
Yeah.
and that's not helping anybody. The way it seemed, like they mentioned at one point, it's like I'm trying not to feel like it makes a mockery of my marriage. It's just like, okay, so the biggest problem that I see here.
Wait, did
Like,
you
one
want to
of them-
be? Did you want to be open, and now you feel guilty about it because you got stuck monogamous, and now you're sort of backloading all of your emotions about it to disgust for your daughter's relationship?
Well, what I was going to say is, like, one of the major dysfunctions here is that you're looking at the state of your daughter's relationship as if it's a slight against you. And that is a really bad mentality to have.
Yeah, your daughter's relationship has nothing to do with you. She was just being honest with you.
I'm sorry, I must have missed it. Where does it say she? Daughter?
One of her children. This might be a gay son.
Yeah.
The gays fuck everyone.
It said... It said they.
I thought I saw
It's
her.
constantly saying they. It's saying polyamory. It's saying my child. So they could be dealing with a gender fluid child using they as a pronoun.
Or they're trying to obscure the
Yeah.
gender. Taylor, I'm so angry. I thought I saw a her in there, but
Yeah, I'm definitely getting the entitlement view of I didn't raise you like this.
yeah. Oh no, we don't know the gender of her child or her child's partner. All right. I don't know, man. Like, it's technically none of your business. Other than you probably care about, the well-being of your child.
Yeah, it's only your
Yeah.
business in so much as your kid makes it part of your business.
Yeah.
Yeah, the main reason that I can detect why you're so angry is that you are, for some reason, taking this personally as like some kind of slight. And that's just a fucked up mentality that you need to get yourself out of. The main thing about being a parent is trying to raise your child to be a stable and well-adjusted person to the best of your ability, and then when the time comes, being able to let go and accept that they're going to be their own person no matter what you did.
Yeah, this is a line that I have an issue with. Everything I've read in my efforts to make sense of this just makes me angrier and more confused.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, there's a lot here that is being intentionally obscured that makes it really hard to properly answer this, because I could give you all the answers in the world, but it could give you absolutely nothing for your situation.
Yeah, the more I look at this post, the more it's starting to border on, am I the asshole?
Yeah, if I knew more about the gender of your child, gender of their partner, a little bit more about their dynamics. Seems like they've been together for almost a decade, so it's like, and for most of that they've been polyamorous, which
or
probably
open
the wrong word for it, but yeah.
Well, according to them, it's like she's just now found out after them being together for 9 years that they've been pretty open in their relationship for a good portion of that.
Yeah. If they weren't just like sleeping around with other people, you would have known that they were polyamorous long before now. Also, there's a couple things like am I allowed to ask to not be drawn into being involved with anyone outside their relationship with each other? Yes, you are.
Absolutely.
That is
perfectly
a boundary
acceptable.
You are absolutely within your right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they find issue with that, that's on them.
Yeah. And that's 100% within your right. Because even then, that's trying to protect yourself from becoming attached to somebody else that might not be a sure thing. But your child is also still with their partner and stuff, and that fucks with your feelings a lot. So that's fun.
Shall we see what Karen Feeding said?
Sure.
Oh boy. Let me see.
I'm probably going to hate this.
Open does not have to be for you. You don't have to approve of it or even understand it, though bonus points for trying. You just have to not be a jerk about it. Don't make your adult child's choices your adult child's life all about you. They're not making a mockery of your marriage by being poly. They're not even making a mockery of monogamous marriage in general. I mean, unless they're, making fun of anyone who isn't poly. They're just living their life. If the way they're doing that makes you this angry, it's time to take a good hard look at yourself. We don't get this enraged by others' behavior. That's right, not even our own child's behavior, unless it's speaking to some deep, dark feelings of our own. Ask yourself some questions like, are you happy in your own monogamous marriage? This is getting into weird territory. Do you feel like you've stuck it out for the sake of your kids, or for some other reason and not because it's been good for you? Is it possible that your child's choice to be non-monogamous makes you angry because such a choice was never a possibility for you? Try not to get defensive, just pose the questions that's all I'm asking. Oh, fuck off.
You put that in the rudest way possible, you dumb cunt.
Yeah, you came off as a total fucking bitch.
What are you?
Someone's
some sort
fridge
of
is
that
open.
don't cares about yourself and can't understand all this shit?
My freezer was getting iced, and I walked over and read something.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, it's this is life sort of statement.
Yeah, this is about the worst way that you could have responded.
Yeah.
You basically pulled us like, have you ever stopped to consider that you're the problem here?
Yeah. And I mean, it technically isn't that much different than things that we were saying, but we weren't assholes about it.
Well, yeah, like it's as my dad likes to say, is like there's a thing called tact. People that have tact can tell somebody to go fuck themselves, and that person will walk away with a smile on their face.
Yeah. I was on Omegle, and there was a guy probably high on LSD. But he was behind the camera. He said into the mic, "Hey, I'm naked and painting. Are you cool with that?" And the fact that he asked actually made me more cool with that. Cool guy. Had a good conversation. Talked for like 3 or 4 hours. Now, if I had just been thrown in and just straight up saw him naked, I'd be like, and probably skip. But he asked, and that's tact.
But yeah, like the fact that like this immediately, like the response was just immediately. It's like, all right, let's psychoanalyze. Like, are you happy? Do you really find joy in your life? It's like, fuck off, fuck you.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that she's in a happy and loving marriage. She probably wants her child to be in a happy and loving marriage, because that's how she sees the world. But like, and that's fine. But like, yeah,
you just came out and assumed the worst about this person.
You don't need to talk to this mom like this. That's.
I said, you just immediately came out and assumed the worst about this person. You know, like, the worst that I said is that, like, you're coming at this from a fucked up state of mind.
Yeah.
And you probably need to examine that. But...
That's a
you're
a horrible person, but good on you for trying.
Yeah, that, I don't like that one.
Yeah, like, it was like, are you really happy with your husband? Are you sure that it's been working out the way you thought it was? It's like, fuck off with this smug fucking psychoanalyst shit. God damn.
Yeah, this mom was writing in and just being like, I'm trying to understand it. I'm just getting angry and confused. I don't know what to do. It's totally fine.
And it's just like, you know, it's like, oh, you don't need to understand it. Bonus points for trying, I guess, but...
I do give her bonus points for trying, honestly, and not in a sarcastic way.
Yeah, but like with how smug the rest of the response came off, they definitely weren't paying a compliment there.
Hey, Mom, hit me up on Twitter. I'll talk to you about it a bit. Maybe I can help you out. To fuck this generic Dear Abby shit. I'll have a legitimate conversation and not shame you for your view on how, like, monogamous relationships and stuff like that. You're okay to be angry. You're okay to be confused. That's fine. Those are feelings. That's how you feel. That's your life. You should also probably talk to your child a bit more about it. But do it in a trying to learn kind of way. Not an angry or disgusted type of way. Just ask about your child's feelings.
That's a bit extreme.
Like, one big question that you could ask your child is, so you don't get jealous? Is a very big question. And they can probably talk to you about that. And I can probably tell you the answer is, no, I don't get jealous because my partner comes back to me every night. So, or something akin to that. But yeah, don't listen to this Abby. This Abby sucks.
Yeah, I also love, like, they pull out the, you know, like, the tried and true, like, try not to get defensive, which, like, is almost always the marker of you being a piece of shit.
Why are you so angry right now? I wasn't angry. seemed pretty angry to me. I wasn't angry. You seemed pretty angry. Shut the fuck up. I wasn't fucking angry until right fucking now. It's that.
Yeah,
sort of
this
shit.
is
See,
what this is.
told you were angry.
It's like, all I was doing was trying to make you question your own life choices. Don't get
Yeah.
defensive.
I wasn't being defensive. I want to know why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling.
Fuck,
Yeah.
man. That was bad. That was really bad.
I know. That's why I wanted to cover it. All right. That's been a show. Thank you everybody for watching. Yeah, we're gonna raid our buddy John. He's doing New York Times crossword puzzles and stuff like that.
Take care,
You've
everyone.
been your Lesser Saints of Discord. Next week, same time, same place. See you later.
Later, everyone.
Oh, bye.